this is Julie Hogue with Vegetarians and Meat Lovers Split Table Recipes podcast. I'm so excited you're here. I have some awesome things to share with you. I've been on a little bit of a break this summer. Took a little over a month off of this podcast just to, summer gets busy. I'm sure everyone feels the same way. My boys are always nonstop, and our youngest is in soccer. And he's been driving. So our youngest is driving. That's so crazy, right? So it's just been a really busy summer. So I took a little bit of time off, but I'm glad you're back with me. Today, I'm going to talk about a couple of things that are really easy breakfast ideas. And these are also great if you're having company over at your house, if you're having house guests, or even just your own family. But both of them work really well. And I've really received really positive feedback on them, and my family loves them. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a breakfast oatmeal bar with self-serve toppings, which is super fun. My family absolutely love this. I kind of patterned it after going to some of those hotels that have like the breakfast, and then you can add all the toppings. So I pretty much replicated that at home, and my family loved it. And then the other one is flavored cream cheese bagel breakfast bars. These are both kind of like breakfast bars where you can build your own whatever you want. Like it's individualized, customized for what you want. So in the breakfast oatmeal bar with self-serve toppings is a DIY breakfast bar using different toppings like fruit, fresh fruit, dried fruit, brown sugar, honey, and it's a great plan for breakfast, brunch, or lunch. And it's just great because people can customize it to whatever they want. And it's just really fun if you're having some house guests to be like, you have this like kind of like a salad bar, but it's a oatmeal bar. And it's just super fun. And it's pretty easy to get ready. What I did, this is the recipe that I used to create this oatmeal bar. 1/2 cup chopped mango, 1/2 cup blackberries, 1/2 cup blueberries, 1 banana, 1/2 cup brown sugar, 1/2 cup walnuts, 1/2 cup sunflower seeds, 1/2 cup raisins. I used the golden ones, 6 packets of oatmeal, steel cut. And we've introduced the steel cut at the hotels too. So I added that in. 4.5 cups of water to make the oatmeal, 1/2 cup honey, and 1/2 cup strawberries. So you can obviously do whatever kind of toppings you want. This is sky's the limit, right? You basically will chop up everything ahead of time, all the fruit. I put them in individual bowls. I actually did it. It was really fun. We did it recently on the deck in summertime. So it was put out there and everybody could go through and get it outside. So it was kind of a fun thing to just do something a little different. And then, of course, the brown sugar, raisins, and nuts into individual bowls. And you make it like a line, like a buffet. Then you prepare the oatmeal. And the way I did it, you could do it in a pot, but I just did the individual packets in each bowl. So then everyone would just take their own oatmeal bowl and add the toppings that they wanted. It's super easy. And that's all you do. How fun is that? You can add different things into, like, obviously coffee, juice. You name it. You can do any fruit you want, any kind of nuts, coconut. The sky's the limit. Chocolate chips. There's so many options. Well, why limit yourself? You could do actual sprinkles. If you want to keep it sugar-free, there's a lot of options too. The fruit, obviously, have, a little bit of sugar in the fruit, but it's natural sugar. You could even do different things like adding, if you want to make it like sweet, you could have different little dessert toppings like graham cracker crumbs, pieces of little brownie. It sounds like a dessert, right? Hey, oatmeal dessert bar. That would be a thing too. There's so many things you could do, so many different kinds of nuts. And geez, if you really even wanted to, you could even do crumbles of bacon or ham, cheese. There's so many toppings you could do. Sky's the limit with that one. And it's really fun. My family just really enjoyed it because It also kind of brought back the memories of being on vacation because we had first been exposed to an oatmeal bar at the hotel when we were on vacation. So it's just super fun. So easy to do. And then the other one is a flavored cream cheese bagel breakfast bar. My family loved this one too. This one requires making flavored cream cheese ahead of time. And the 3 kinds that I created, actually it's more than that. I guess it's 4. I also have a recipe on Pinterest. I don't know if I have that one with me to read right now. It's a hot chocolate cream cheese recipe. That one's really good too. Okay, so this particular one I have strawberry apple cream cheese. Oh, I do have the hot chocolate. Sweet. I do have the hot chocolate cream cheese recipe with me. Tomato chili cream cheese and salted caramel cream cheese. So for this, you're going to want 3 8-ounce blocks of plain cream cheese divided into 2 8-ounce portions and 2 4-ounce portions. That's just the way I divided it. You can change it up if you want, but that follows this recipe. 1/4 cup apple pie filling, 6 strawberries, 1/4 teaspoon ground cinnamon, and 1/2 canned tomatoes with chili. 1/2 cup, and 1/4 cup small marshmallows, 1/4 cup prepared hot chocolate, 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of caramel flavored ice cream topping, 1/4 teaspoon salt. Bagels, quantity as desired, however many you want. Of course, this is flexible. And optional toppings for the bagels: sliced hard-boiled egg for the open-faced tomato chili egg bagel sandwiches, which I add salt and pepper to taste, sliced cherry tomatoes, marshmallows, and strawberries. Okay, so basically you're going to be making these little cups of flavored cream cheese. And so they're all going to be in their own little individual cups, and you're going to have garnishes atop them. So how do you make it? The strawberry apple cream cheese. Combine 8 ounces of cream cheese with 1/2 cup apple pie filling, 6 cut up strawberries, and 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon. And you put it in a food processor and blend for about 45 seconds or until fully blended. So it's really best to have the cream cheese sit out for a little bit so it's soft and it's easy to blend in that food processor. Okay, for the hot chocolate cream cheese, combine 8 ounces of cream cheese with 1/4 cup small marshmallows and 1/4 cup prepared hot chocolate in the food processor. Blend for 45 seconds or until fully blended. For tomato chili cream cheese, drain and blot 1/2 cup tomatoes and chilies with a paper towel to remove that excess moisture. Combine 4 ounces cream cheese with tomatoes and chilies in a food processor. Blend for 45 seconds or until fully blended. And the last one is the salted caramel cream cheese. Combine 4 ounces of cream cheese with 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon caramel sauce and 1/4 teaspoon salt in a food processor. Blend for 45 seconds until fully blended. And you serve the cream cheeses immediately, or you can store them in the fridge for later use. And what I really like to do is the tomato chili cream cheese. That's the one I like to put the egg slices on, the hard-boiled egg slices, and then salt and pepper on top of that. That's so good. It's so good. And then you can add little garnishes to top each of the little bowls of cream cheese flavors. There's so many different things you could do with cream cheese. I mean, really, there's so much that can be done with it. So many different flavors that you can just go nuts with it. And what a great way to be able to just set out a spread, especially if it's going to sit for a little bit and people are going to come and go as they want. That's a great way to do it too. You could have it set up by the toaster if people want to toast them. It's another really just very pretty spread to have the fruit and you can make a charcuterie board with all the extra toppings. I did that once. That was really fun. And then people could add whatever toppings they wanted to on top of their bagels with the cream cheese. So obviously bagel, cream cheese, toppings. And that's a really fun way. This actually, I started when I was a kid. I used to do this thing where I would take a bagel and I'd put cream cheese on it, and then I would add sliced strawberries or blueberries. And it was a really simple way to do something. And usually people don't think of such things. At least I hadn't. I had only thought of cream cheese. And I thought, well, geez, why can't I add fruit? Such a simple, easy way to make it yummy. And it's just really super easy. So this is really fun. Another thing that I think is a really great way to do this is if you're trying to add another layer of health or low calorie to your breakfast idea. In addition to having all your bagels, put out rice cakes, different flavored rice cakes, and people can put the cream cheese and the toppings on top of the rice cakes. I did a post once about different rice cake toppings. I should do that as a as a podcast episode. But what a great way to like cut down on the carbs, but still make it tasty and fun. And I really love that idea. Makes me think of another thing I love to do is to take those caramel flavored rice cakes and you put like peanut butter on it and maybe a little bit of Nutella. Oh, that's so good. It tastes like candy. It tastes like real candy. Seriously. So get the caramel ones, a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of Nutella. So good. You could add a little tiny bit of salt if you want the salted chocolate flavor. You can get so creative with this. I just think it's such a great idea. And it's also a good idea for camping. It's something you could get for the summer now. It's August. This is something you could do ahead of time, like get everything all together in like little containers. And then, out on your picnic table at your campsite, just open the lids off of all your little containers and your cream cheeses and set it out. And people can like create a fun, easy breakfast that really looks fun and fresh and just I don't know, it's yummy. Oh, I hope you enjoyed these two ideas. They're really super simple, but really go a long way in helping people get creative and customized to what they want. I hope you're having a great summer. I sure am. This second recipe, the bagel one, I do have in my One Dish, Two Diets cookbook, recipes for a hybrid vegetarian and meat-eating family. And the reason I created that is because I am a vegetarian and the rest of my family eats meat. So it's so easy to cook this way. Most people are like, how do you do it? And like it's this big thing. And it's really not. Just be mindful about where you're placing meat and when you're adding meat. And if a recipe calls for meat throughout an entire thing, just scale it back and put it on a portion of it. It's really not that hard to do. And this is another thing I was going to say too. I forgot to add it. Or the bagels. Could even add little slices of meat or ham chunks to your cream cheese on top. So think of how yummy that would be to take that, for people who like meat, to take that bagel and that tomato chili cream cheese and then the sliced hard-boiled eggs. And you could sprinkle a little bit of ham, those ham chunks in there. And what a great way to also make a hybrid meal where you can have meat out and people who don't want meat can choose the vegetarian options. So it's a great way to offer it for multiple diets. That's the other thing I like about these types of bar setups for meals because it's customizable. And if you want meat, you add meat. If you don't want meat, you don't add meat. I mean, it can't get much more simple than that, right? It's just the best way to do it. You could add bacon to it, ham, turkey. I don't know about ground beef. I'm not sure. I don't eat meat, so I don't know. That sounds a little bit odd to me. But I could see someone thinking of making like a taco flavored cream cheese and having ground beef and some cheddar cheese to sprinkle on top, a little bit of onion or tomato. Salsa actually sounds like a pretty good idea. So get creative with this. There's so many different things you can do and sky is the limit. Well, I hope you have a great summer. We did go camping recently. We camped really close to our house, which is kind of silly, but really great at the same time because we have dogs. So we can bring our dogs home and go out on the boat on the lake because we don't want to leave them at the campsite. But it's so funny that we go camping like within literally 3 miles of our house, which is crazy. But it also works really well because I can come back home and work on our pool because we have a pool. So I have to take care of the pool. We don't have to hire someone to do it. And we also have a guinea pig who stays at home. So I can feed her veggies and her fruits for the day. And, there's been times where we're like, oh, no, we forgot the coffee pot. Oh, it's so easy to go home when you're that close, right? I'm like, oh, just go home and get it. We got rained out the first night. But after that, it got better. And we did have some really hot days. It was at the end of July. So it was when we were getting those 90-degree days. And that's always so brutal. But we did go on the boat and go in the water. Even the lake water was warm. So that was great memories. I hope you're enjoying summer. I am. We're starting to think about getting closer to school start time, which is crazy. My youngest is starting high school. And he's going to be doing high school soccer. So that's going to be quite a busy schedule going on. It starts on Monday already. They're having practices. So that's pretty crazy. And our oldest is off at college, and our middle is doing his senior year. So it's busy times. I'm telling you, busy times. Easy meals and go-to meals are what I like. I do like to cook, but sometimes I just don't have the time. So I love these kind of easy meals. Anyway, thanks for listening, and check out all my other podcast episodes. You can find different things. And on my website, Julie Hogue Writer, also have books on Amazon. I have my book with a publisher, which is Hungry Hearts. It's a YA romance. And then I have the cookbooks under my name, Julie Hogue, one I already mentioned. And then I have a quiche one. I'm working on others, so they're coming. I also have the one, it's like a really small book about grief and dealing with the loss of your mom and how to celebrate your mom in ways where it feels like more of a celebration of your mom. And it helps. I've gotten a lot of good feedback on it. It really is things that helped me and helped me celebrate my mom. I lost my mom when I was 16. So thank you for listening, and I hope to have an amazing summer. And stay tuned. I'll be coming back. I think I'm going to be going back to my regular schedule of about 2 podcasts a month going forward here. If I can get another one in this month, that would be awesome. Thanks for listening, and you have an amazing day. Bye-bye now.